ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Cook a first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 33 and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Stafford, that is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. He'll Swift. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 3.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7, Vikings 0. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. He will not attempt to return.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. The Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Agnew now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
We're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a gain of 20.
That third down conversion good for 23. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Calling a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Vikings nothing.
Now on 2nd and 16. Stafford wants a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They start the drive with Cook. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down.
22-yard line.
And trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Again, it's Cousins. Now he complete to Cook. And down he'll go at the 25.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up fourth. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return, here's Agnew. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. Now a handoff working right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
By the way, they're into the second quarter in L.A. Chargers have jumped out to an early lead over the Raiders. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A first down throw for Cousins. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll throw again. Cousins. Complete. The tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here, as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Swift. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
At the 1-yard line.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Gano's kick is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
3 brings up 3rd and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That was going to throw deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now they'll run it on the toss. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he goes out right around the 39. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is fielded inside the 5. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, It's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it here. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Get this one across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
On the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
He'll look to throw. And it's going to be another 1st down as they get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They run again on 1st down, Cook. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
20-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Travis Kelce, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is good.
That ties the game at 10.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try and grab that lead back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's 2nd and 8. And Cook has it, left side. They'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And complete, right side to Cook. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Would have been intercepted. If he could have gotten the feet in, instead it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. But instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
2nd and 11 now. He's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one incomplete as it stops the clock, reading 18 seconds to go. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Cousins to throw. And it's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000.
18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On second down now, it's Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Now a first throw here in overtime. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Pitch and catch here to Rudolph. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. 12 yards there and a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw here. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. First down, Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
4-yard line.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And 2.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 31-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here in the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death.